Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Hearts of Iron 4, Fascist America. Where we last left off, we turned Mexico into a fascist haven of awesomeness. We're turning our sights into Central America, and the first place we want to go after, obviously, is going to be Guatemala. So let's justify a war goal against them of conquering them. That won't be a problem. 25 political power, we've got enough to spare there. And I've played ahead a little bit. To figure out how to go about making sure that we don't have to take over Guatemala ourselves, and it should be doable, which is great news. Now it looks like we need to get ourselves some rubber. And it looks like the UK might not be providing what we need, so let's cancel those and go to the Netherlands. They might be more willing to help out. We could always go with Japan as well to keep the trade within fascist lands. Right, we're on rubber. Yeah. There we go. I don't know why it only did half before, but such is life. So the plan for the future, obviously, is to give Mexico, for sure, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Possibly El Salvador, although these guys are 100% fascist. So if past experiences have taught me anything, it's that El Salvador will ask to join us, and I've got no problem with that. Sure, it's going to make the borders look a little ugly, but we'll survive. Then, once we got Central America all taken care of, it's just going to be a little bit of picking apart South America piece by piece. We will, if we take a look, get a puppet focus on Chile, and we can start 2 civil wars in Brazil and Argentina. If we take a look diplomatically at these guys, or politically, Argentina, they're leading fascist, but they're obviously not fascist at all, and same with Brazil. So we'll see if we want to start off those civil wars when the time comes. As it is, we're just working on Guatemala. That's the plan that's the next plan we got going. Meanwhile, we got some garrison brigades getting built up, but it really might not be a bad idea to start expanding the military even further. Obviously, our medium tank production certainly does need to be picked up if we're going to expand the armor core. What we will have to concern ourselves with, though, is, we'll see once we got the Timbre class researched, we're going to be making a swap. Well, maybe not making a swap, but we're definitely going to be making a push towards proper, like, modern armor. You know what, Japan? There we go. That seems good. There's no doubt that Guatemala is preparing for war. The changes in economic policy make it plain to see that the Guatemalan are not a people of peace, but rather waiting for the right opportunity to strike against us. Will we stand idly by and watch them arm themselves? Will free American empire is undefended? We definitely got to be worried about Guatemala attacking us. They don't have near enough servitude. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. As I make a lot of superfluous noises by moving things around on my desk. There we go, Timbre class. So let's just take a look at our tanks. Now, it is 1943, so we should start researching the T-20, but I've got no desire whatsoever to put the T-20 into production. This is just going to be an intermediary step towards the Patton. Because obviously, you know, the modern armor is going to be the best route for us to take things. We got good stuff going. And so I played a bit ahead, and I got to experience going to war with the Europeans. It's It's going to be a long fight once we wind up at war with the Allies. But I'm excited. Certainly, though, we are going to need to be expanding our military. 4 infantry armies and 2 armored armies are not going to be enough, obviously, to do any sort of damage over there, which means we should probably get training some more units. So I'm going to want to get at least 2 more infantry armies. Even 6 is probably not going to be enough, but it will put us in a much better position. Yeah, those guys are upgraded. Good. Is there anything we really want to do with these guys? I haven't yet. One of the things I am going to research is some anti-tank guns for the infantry, but in the meantime, let's just get this started, shall we? So we'll pause and do 2 of them. Obviously 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We will slap you guys in, let's see. Tennessee seems like a good spot. Let's put you in an actual center, though. And then these guys, we'll put them in Kentucky, Louisville, right, technically in the river. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let that be a number you can punch in. That would be lovely. So that'll be good. I don't think I'll concern myself too much with more armored production right now. Although, I mean, we don't have a lot. So it might be a good idea. The only problem is that's going to be just more issues for us to deal with. We should probably work on this. What do we want? Flexible? Flexible seems like a good idea. Because we don't want to hamstring our production of new tanks when those puppies come out. So, I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Convoy tactics, that's great. What else have we got? Let's see. Close air support, maybe? We should have quite a few close air support air designs sitting around. I don't think we really need to get a discount on the Dauntless, maybe the Helldiver, but either way, we don't really need to worry about that. We got no other airplanes to concern ourselves with. Perhaps some kind of air strategies might be a good idea. And considering we'll be going for strategic bombers, I'm going to say strategic destruction would be the best bet. And as for this, do we want to start? I mean, I don't necessarily want to go for Chile just yet. So maybe we should get the civil wars going in Brazil and Argentina first. Yeah, let's get that started. See if we can get ourselves some allies down in the south built up. And that'll inform our, you can stop your training, and I'm going to bet Patton, you're probably in the same boat. But what about you guys? It looks like you guys could use some training. I mean, not much, but we might as well get all of those guys trained up. So yeah, I mean, getting Argentina and Brazil over to the fascist side, that'll be good. And then we can, like I say, figure out how we're going to divvy up all South America when the time comes. Now, they won't be puppets, true. They will be allies, which is basically the same, because we shouldn't have an issue getting them in our sphere, or in our, not sphere. This is definitely not Victoria 2. In our faction, in Elf. We'll get them in Elf, and, I mean, then basically, that's it. They are ours. Why does our rubber needs keep growing? I don't understand. What are we producing where rubber keeps becoming a need? Is it just because we're getting better at efficiency? That could be it. Our tank production is reaching a point where things are looking pretty darn groovy for us. That's good. Tempted to swap over one of these to the mechanized equipment, although honestly we could probably just get another production line going. Yeah, we might do that. We might have to do that. That's fine. We can do that. No problems at all. When is the war with Guatemala going to happen? April of 43. Oh, good. So it's coming up soon. My plan for the attack in Guatemala, and indeed for the rest of South America, or Central America, apologies, is going to be to let the Mexicans do all the hard work while we just bomb them, basically, is the plan. So let's get some more strategic bombers in here. We can probably do with 100 more. So we'll send those guys over. Of course, strategically bombing Guatemala and, you know, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica, it's not necessarily a good use of a metric butt ton of strategic bombers. But we should have some up here. Let's check our airports down here. We can put 1,000 tactical bombers here. I probably should have just sent these guys, like, rebased them, but that's fine. We can definitely get another 1,000 here. There we go. And that should be more than enough for close air support in there. I don't know if my bombers will support allied units. I think they will. All right, these guys are already in Elf. Good. But I don't know. We'll have them there anyway. We'll be bombing the crap out of Guatemala, regardless of if it does anything for our allies or not. Probably ground support 10%. That seems like a good idea. But yeah, I'm hoping to not even use any of my military. We might toss the Marines into Guatemala, but I mean, really, Mexico should be able to handle this without too much of a concern. Granted, their army did get decimated in the war against us, but you can see they're rebuilding, and in fact, while I'm thinking about it, start a Lend-Lease. Let's just start getting these guys trained up. In fact, we will give you a one-time amazing offer of how many is that? 2,951. 2,951 units of infantry equipment 2. And that should help you guys out building up your infantry, I would hope. Enjoy the Tommy guns and landmines. We're rolling with, I don't know, M14s, I guess? I mean, the M1 was kind of an assault rifle. It just had a small magazine, and the M14 was just basically an M1 with a bigger mag. Now, if you're a gun nut, you'll probably feel tempted to correct me. Feel free. I'm not that concerned about it. Are we producing any of these new submarines? We should probably swap over to these. How are things looking in California, submarine-wise? 19 of them, huh? Okay, well, we'll continue. These are all Type 1s, except for 3 Type 2s. I really don't feel like doing any submarine maintenance on those, or these guys, for that matter. Let me just delete 19 submarines. That's all I want out of life. Well, I guess, okay, what we can do is take 19 of these. And it's always good to be careful with your clicking, because this game sometimes registers 1 click as 2 clicks. 19. Perfect. Okay. Let's take you and send you, I don't know. We should be able to... Well, we'll just send you to the Philippines anyway. And we will take you... Have you join up with the Pacific... Where'd you go? There's Hawaii. Have you guys join up with the Pacific Submarine Squadron. And we'll get that redeployment done. What do we got here? 36. Do we want to just toss in that many submarines here? I think having submarines in the Pacific will be useful. Although it's probably not going to be an area of the world where we're going to have to provide too much of a focus. Ever, really. I'm hoping. It would be kind of a pain to fight in the Pacific. I don't necessarily want to do that anytime soon. What do we got here? These are the garrisons. Well, we can probably slap down the next garrison once they're ready and just start training those guys up to be the best regular garrison troops that we can get. But because, for instance, we don't have to garrison areas that we've won in a peace conference, which I don't necessarily agree with, we don't really need to worry about the garrisons in Cuba and Hispaniola. We could move those guys into areas where we might need coverage in the future. Perhaps here. We shall see. But we're definitely going to need some garrisons, specifically for Canada, really. This is a lot of area to have to cover with troops that that you can use to throw away in garrisons. Regardless, we got 4.5 million men in uniform, and that number is just going to keep growing. Why do we have you raiding? Are you all twos? You are, so we should send you to the Pacific then. How many have we got here? 8. So let's send you over here. Let's merge these guys together and create a new fleet of as many Type 1s as we can get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. You can go join the fun in the Pacific. Philippines, where are you? There you is. Lovely. And these guys should be on the move to the Pacific. It's going to be a bit of a trip, but that's okay. All right, good. We got that coming. That's nice. Well, I'm thinking about it though. We should probably, at the very least, upgrade the rest of our artillery and get that production going so we can have modern artillery weapons assisting with all of our units. And after that, I'm going to want to get some anti-tank guns, which I will slap in with the infantry just so any armored they face will be able to punch back. Again, it's going to be a little while before we have to worry about that. But my little session of playing ahead has made me realize some of the things we need to focus on, like building up the military and getting ourselves ready for a massive push. And Europe's a tough nut to crack, let me tell you. Experimental rockets, I like the sound of that. We're still a little bit of ways from going that way, although we could research the nuclear reactor. 20 days. Are we already researching that? We must be. We're not. 20 days to build a nuclear reactor? Let's get that done. And we are getting awfully close to the war with Guatemala. And then we'll just let our allies take care of everything. We'll bomb from the skies. And then the Mexicans should be quite happy to get Guatemala for themselves. Getting good, strong allies, that's the key to any fight. Anywhere, really. You want the tough guys on your side. Black Chamber operation. The Argentinian League declared war on Argentina, and the Integralist Brazil. There we go. Rebellions in the Americas. In both Central and South America, revolutionaries have taken arms and risen in rebellion in the name of fascism. They're generally well-equipped and well-organized, and if they had been championing another ideology, their funding would have been easy to trace. Whoever is supplying these movements have made a concerted effort to hide their involvement, however. Of course, there's only one great power with a stated foreign policy mission to promote fascism in the Americas, but it certainly wasn't us. So we got some friends now down in here. We can certainly do some lend-leasing and volunteers if we want. We're limited, as you can see, to 2 units to assist in Argentina. I imagine we'll have some of the same limits here for Brazil. So we could send a whopping 6 units to assist both of those, which seems surprisingly small. Regardless, what we probably will do is do some lend-leasing of some good equipment they probably don't have access to, namely fighter planes. Why not? Let's send them fighters. Although I don't know. Would that really be useful? Maybe not. Maybe it would be better to send them some outdated dragons. Yeah, let's do that instead. So let's go 250 bombers there. And then we'll send you guys the rest. Start lend-lease. And these are very outdated bombers. Oh, well, we should let that be accepted. Really doesn't take them out? Okay, well then we'll send you some of these modern B-25s, 250 of those. Enjoy the planes, gentlemen. We have plenty to spare. We're going to hold off on getting the Puppet Casabella against Chile. For now, we're going to be focused on a few other wars soon, I hope. And basically, I'll worry about getting Central America sorted before going after South America. I think that makes the most sense. Commerce rating, naval air attack from carriers. That sounds like everything we need, so we'll get him. We don't need to worry about you. I will come back to you at a later date. Come on, Guatemala. How long before the war? 21st of April. Let's kick that speed up to be as quick as we can. I say though, it doesn't really matter. And one thing I should do... Oh, no, we do have allied battle plans on and the day-night cycle off. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Integrated destruction. That sounds like a great thing for our planes to be doing. Is this not mutually exclusive? Hold on a second. Well, we should probably get interception detection then. Alright, how are we doing here? So we got another, what, 5? Let's put that in artillery production because we know we're gonna have to swap over the gun production soon enough. So that'll be a good thing to get done. 10 days away from war. We can, while I'm sitting here not doing anything, get our bombing missions set up. Close air support. Yeah, no, that's there. Close air support. Lovely. And then we can get our strategic bombers. Let's get you guys merged together. Pause and see if we've got 100 other flying fortresses kicking around. We don't. We'll have to make do with 900 strategic bombers. That's okay. I think we'll be all right. So that'll be good. We can see Mexico's getting themselves set up with 1 division along the border, which certainly isn't a lot, but it's better than nothing. Still a ways away from going for rockets and jets, but it's not far off. Maybe we should do some of this upgrading here. Perhaps a maintenance company? Possibly for our trucks and tanks? Nah, we won't need that, will we? We're talking about 1940s American engineering. This is the greatest stuff. Let's get you guys deployed, and we will get you guys set up with a new commander. What happened to my other garrisons? Where are you guys now? You guys shouldn't be there. Oh, is that just me being an idiot? That's just me being an idiot. There we go. Get you guys trained up. Let's declare war on Guatemala. Conquer, call allies. There we go. Send it. And that should be it. We should have our planes taken off and coming in. I'm not concerned in the slightest about any sort of Guatemalan Air Force. Yeah, it should just be Mexico pushing in, taking over. We could have perhaps waited a little while for them to get their military sorted out, but I think they should be able to handle this without issue. There come our bombers. I don't see our close air support bombers coming in, and indeed it doesn't look like they're going to be helping in the slightest. No, they'll only support us, which sucks. I would very much like it if my air forces could support allies and their pushes, but apparently that is just too much to ask for. You were winning that fight. Why did you stop? No, you should stay. You should stay on the front line. Well, it's green, so it's turning the right direction. They're definitely hitting much harder than the Guatemalan forces. And we can see our allies' front lines building up as time goes by. Yeah, that really bugs me. I mean, I've got 2,000 bombers here to assist the Mexicans, and they ain't doing anything to help out. Granted, I mean, like, we're not doing much at all to help out, so, you know, take that as you will. With that done, we might, yeah, let's get started on the anti-tank gun production. Or at least the research. We won't worry about getting anti-tank guns into production until we've got a much better anti-tank gun to produce. We got some free civilian factories. So, let's see. Is there any place where we could do to get some radar built up? Sure, we'll go Hawaii. We'll go Panama. And then we might as well start going along the Canadian border here. Alright, that should, as we build it up, this should give us coverage. We don't necessarily need to worry about all across the border. Because, I mean, if we take a look at this, like, once you get radar stations going up high enough, my word, do you get some absolutely decent coverage. So we should be able to cover, in fact, the entire Hawaiian Ridge once we're done. I hope. What do we got here? 3 up-to-date submarines. We'll merge you guys together, so you're pretty much up-to-date. We'll worry about that as time comes, and indeed we could also be updating ASS. But we'll leave ASS where it is and get them in tier 4 subs because that just seems better. Yeah, let's move the tanks into Philly. Keep General Patton's troops all together. How's the war in Guatemala going? See, this is the toughest part about Empire fighting with proxies, is, you know, letting your friends do all the heavy lifting when it doesn't matter. But Mexico should be able to beat them back quick enough, although it certainly does look like they've lost a little bit of land already. But yeah, their infantry is definitely outclassing the Guatemalans. And I would like to imagine my special, fancy, up-to-date, well, not up-to-date, but the submachine guns we sent them probably coming in handy. Of course, who knows about the bombing of the probably small Guatemalan industry? That's neither here nor there. All that really matters is these guys are getting some experience. I mean, it would be nice if we got some aces out of this, but I don't think we got enough targets to justify ace material from the fighting we're doing. Which is fine. Artillery upgrade, good. We will get some improved artillery. Because we could do... Oh! Our bombers are finally moving! Maybe they just had to get down here for that to work. What do we got? Rubber? No, tungsten. Portugal! Thank you for the tungsten. That might not be a bad idea. To flex our political muscles with Portugal and get them into ALF. Because that would give us a very nice landing spot in Europe. And if we could start getting armies sent over there right away, that would be great. Okay, Mexico, take all states and turn done. And it worked. Haha, look at that. Well done, Mexico. You guys are making me all proud and stuff. We can leave our bombers set with bombing Central America as their mission because obviously we've got some more work to do. Let's modify our government. Why not General Electric? It doesn't really matter. Now, how's our political power? We will wait just a little bit. What I want to do is build up enough political power to justify war against Honduras, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica all at the same time, and then we can just have one big war to conquer the rest of that. Again, all of this land is going to be going to Mexico. I mean, unless El Salvador tends to join us. And, well, even El Salvador won't be able to take any lands because that's going to be some butt-ugly borders. So, you're lucky you guys get to stay independent. I should have invited him to the faction when we were at war with Honduras, but that is fine. We'll figure that out in the future. But I mean, I guess, yeah. So we're just gonna get that built up. How much is it gonna cost to justify war? $25. So we're gonna need 75 political power. It shouldn't take too long to get. And then how are the civil wars going? The Argentinian League is doing okay. It looks like integralist Brazil might be just kicking ass and taking names here, which is good. That's what we want. I'd hope that they started right smack dab in the middle. Iraq has joined the Axis. The Soviet Union has declared war on Iraq. Well, the Soviet Union has already eaten a lot of turkey. Hardy har har. Let's see, what do we got? We got some things to take care of here. Memory serves correctly, our Navy could probably do with a bit of a boosting tech-wise. Let me just take a look at that. 1944. I don't necessarily want to start building up a butt ton of level 3 destroyers. So maybe what I'll do is just eat the advanced. Well, because we look at this, like 69 destroyers, I love that number. Most of these are old, outdated, useless ships. Well, I shouldn't say useless, but they're just going to get eaten apart. Eaten apart. So what we'll do then is we'll just get some Fletchers assigned to New York. Yeah, I think we'll set them up in New York. And we will probably go for like 2 a month, 24 destroyers. Yeah, that seems about right. That'll give us a year's worth of production. And help out the Atlantic Fleet. I guess we could probably do the same for the Pacific Fleet. These guys are in the same boat, when it comes to destroyers. So once those Clevelands are done, we will get another 24. Destroyers for... I guess we'll put them in San Francisco. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, they'll go into San Francisco and then we can shift them around in the future. Anyway, guys, I think this is going to be a great spot to leave the video for today. You can see we made it to 1951. It's going to be a long campaign. There's no question about it. But I'm excited. And I mean, really, we're in a position where we're super strong, so it'll just be a matter of showing the rest of the world what these two continents can do when they work together. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. So thumbs up if you have enjoyed today's video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.